everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I am here to share with you my top 5 luxury totes that I would recommend with an honorable mention. So there's sort of like a 6th one in there. I have gotten a request from many of you to do this video. Sorry it's taken so long, but I did really want to try out different totes before compiling it. I've done one, I think, either last year or the year before, and so this one is like an updated one. Thank you for Two Nails for reminding me and all the other people who've requested it before. I hope this will be helpful and I hope you enjoy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Emily. I do love my handbags, so I do a lot of unboxings, review comparisons here. I also love fashion, travel, and luxury, so if you like any or all of those things, consider subscribing so that you'll be notified of my next video. Like I said, today I have 5 main tote bags to share with you, but there is going to be one extra one that I will throw in there. I am sharing 5 because I do use these interchangeably, but I also know that depending on your style, your usage of these tote bags, a different one might work for you. So I thought if I share 5 of them, it should cover most everyone's needs. In no particular order, I will show this one right here. This one is the Louis Vuitton On The Go in the MM size. Now, Louis Vuitton originally came out with the GM size, which I thought was a little too big for myself because I'm only 5'1", and that's something to note here is that these bags are all sort of bags that I would use also because the size fits my body frame. If you're a little bit taller or shorter than me, you might need to adjust it, but I will point out when the bag has a different size so that you can go up a size if you're taller. So this one is the MM size, which Louis Vuitton did bring out shortly after the GM size was available. They used to only have the coated canvas, so the monogram version, but they have since brought out leather options. So this one in particular is the epi. So there are striations across the leather. This particular leather epi is no longer available in the On The Go. You can still find it in other bags that Louis Vuitton offers, but in terms of the On The Go, they only have the empreinte leather, which I also love. The empreinte is one that has an embossing of the LV logo, and it is also a more grained leather and softer. So it's still a beautiful leather. I would totally get one, especially from their spring summer collection. There's a beautiful pink beige color one available. But since I already have this one, I'm not going to go get that one. But yeah, I think I probably would if I did not have this one. Anyway, back to this one. This one, if you don't know what the On The Go is, it has 2 long shoulder straps where you can wear on your shoulder like this. But if you didn't want that, you wanted to carry it or handheld it, you can also use the shorter top handles right here to hold like this. You cannot put this on your shoulder, but you can easily hold it. So it makes it very versatile in that sense. Now, this one does have the fuchsia lining, which I love. I love that pop of color, but I don't want it to be on the outside. So this is like the perfect combination for me. On the inside, there is no closure. It has like a small hook D-ring clasp. Here, I'll just do it really quick to show you. I never close it, but you can. So if you had a laptop or something more bulky in there, you don't want it to like fall out, you can certainly do that. And this one does fit a laptop, so let me show you. I have a MacBook here. This is a 13-inch, and it does slide in very snug, but it does slide in. So as you can see, it's right there on the end. And that is one main thing I look for when I pick out totes, is that it has to fit my laptop in there, because if I ever go to work, if I need to travel, I do want to make sure that I can fit. And this is like the borderline. This is the smallest size a tote can be and still fit my laptop. Also inside is 2 slip pockets right here and a zipper pocket right there, which I never use. I currently do have an organizer. I usually, for all of my totes, have an organizer. This one in particular is like, I try to match it as close as I can, but of course it's not exactly the same. It does have like little bottle holders and such. So yeah, I do really like this. It's lightweight. The only thing I don't like is that it does not have feet, but otherwise it is pretty lightweight. It is very wearable, so you can wear it multiple ways. And for the most part, it's pretty classic and understated and a small tote, but still holds a lot, as you can see. I'll just quickly tell you the dimensions. Across the widest, it's 13 inches. The depth, as you can see, it's pretty straight across, although if you want it, you could squish it down when you're wearing it. But the widest across is about almost 6 inches. And then the height of this bag is 10.5 inches. So I hope that's helpful. And the weight of this bag without the organizer, so empty, would be about 1.7 pounds. Since it's not available in the Epi currently on the Louis Vuitton website, I will tell you the monogram of this bag costs $3,100 US. If you want the empreinte, it's $3,400, so not that much more for the all leather bag. And then if you want a bi-color empreinte, then it's like $3,500 to $3,800. The next bag I'll talk about is actually sitting right in back. This one is the Saint Laurent Shopping tote. I believe this is the East-West version. They also have a North-South version, which is a taller version. I've had this bag for a long time, and I actually have seen somewhere on the edges, which I can bring close. Oh, I should mention, I did not see any wear and tear on the Louis Vuitton on the go, which is why I did not mention it. But this one, I do see some wear on the edge right here. I don't know if you can see, it's inevitable. It's just when they fold the leather like this, you know, there's just no way around it. But for the amount of wear that I have gotten from it, honestly, that you can't even really see it, but I just want to point that out. Again, a big con is that it does not have feet, which I'm like, it needs to have feet, like these big tote bags. Anyway, the top of this bag is closed by a magnetic snap closure like so. And I do have, mine does come with a little leather pouch, which it's not very big. If I wanted to, I can still put my phone. I have the Pixel 5, so you can see like it does, you do have to sort of angle a little bit to drop it in, but that's sort of what it would fit, and has a zipper closure. I also do have an organizer in here. This one is again, I try to match the color as much as I can, but you can see that this one does have this top zipper, because I have found that this magnetic snap thing, you see how it just pops back open? It's not very strong. So if you do want more secure things, you can get an organizer that has a top zip. And again, this organizer has like pockets and cup holders, and also a little lipstick case holder, or, you know, credit card holder. This one is by Zumoni. These organizers that I'll be telling you here is by Zumoni, and I will leave a promo code below if you want to get 20% off your order. But yeah, this is removable, so it's really nice. Like you can remove this if you just, it's Velcroed, so you can remove the top zipper if you just want an organizer, or to keep the shape of the bag and not deal with these top flaps. But if you do want a more secure top for this bag, if you're traveling, this is definitely an option. Again, it's not too heavy because the shopping tote itself is not very heavy, so when you add the organizer, it's still fine. And laptop test, no problem. I've used this as a work bag many times before switching over to something else, but for a while, yeah, this has been my work bag. Quick measurement across the top, the widest is 17 inches. The width at the widest is 5 inches. So again, you can press it down at the top if you wanted to, because it's soft enough. And then the height of this bag is 10.5 inches. So the height is the same as this one, but it is wider. And oh, I guess I should point out that this top area where there's some glazing, I don't know if you can see because it's very thin, but they're starting to have some little bit of cracking. It's not anything too like damaging to the bag, but over time, overuse, that is what will happen. Without the organizer, it is 1.5 pounds, so it is a little bit lighter than the 1.7 pounds for the on the go, but you can see that without an organizer, it just falls like all over like that. So for me, if I ever were to bring it to work, I do really like having an organizer, because that's the way that it will hold its shape. Because that's the way that it'll hold its shape. Now, both of these are pretty low key. The only little logo is right there where it says Saint Laurent Paris. There's only one way to wear this bag, and that's over the shoulder, which is how I like to wear it. Next up, I have this one. Now, this one I know is not everybody's cup of tea. I guess either one of those is not really everyone's cup of tea either. But this bag is made out of fabric. It is like a woven, almost like a tapestry. It's beautiful that like there's raised designs on the fabric of where so it's not just a print. It's actually like you can see through it. It's on the other side as well. This one is the Dior small book tote. And again, Dior did come out with the original like bigger size book tote and it was too big for me. So I did get the small book tote. Now, if you want, you can get the big book tote. I should mention, like as the on the go, this one's the MM size. There is a GM size. There's also a PM size, although I don't think that's a tote much anymore. But yeah, for this one, there is a large book tote or a medium book tote, which is a size up. No feet again. I don't know why this keeps happening. I guess maybe like people just don't care about the bottom of their tote bag, so no one designs it that way. But you can see that it's pretty basic all around. You can get your name embroidered in across here. I just never did. And there is no closure. There's not a clasp. There's no anything. But I did get a organizer. And so the organizer again has the cup holder, slip pockets. It does have a Velcro option. So right now it's not on. You can see that this material is where the Velcro will stick, but without the Velcro, it doesn't like latch onto anything because the teeth side's actually on this end. So here's a good example of what it will look like. This is the top. If you took off the Velcro, the top just comes off, but if you put it on, there is the zipper option. But that's one way to combat the openness of this tote. And yeah, so right now I have it opened. Laptop test. Slips right in, as you can see is right there. So this one is slightly easier to slide in my 13-inch laptop than the on the go, but it is very snug, as you can see. So if you have a bigger size laptop than the 13-inch, you probably cannot put it into this small book tote or the MM on the go. You can put it into the YSL shopping tote, and I think if you get the bigger size, and if you have a bigger laptop, you get the large size of the book tote or the GM size of on the go, it'll work, but not the current size I'm showing here. This one is coming in at, without the organizer, 1.2 pounds, which is lighter than the shopping tote at 1.5 and the on the go at 1.7. And the only way to really wear it is on your shoulder like this and on your hand like this. The drop length is a lot shorter, so if you have a big coat, you may not be able to wear it as easily, but I see this as a summer style bag for me, so it'll fit even if I had a light cardigan on. The price of this book tote is $32.50 US. I don't know if I mentioned the shopping tote is $11.50 US. This one is by far the least used tote that I have though, and I think part of it is because of the lightness of this bag and also the material. I don't want it to get it damaged or dirty, and so I found myself bringing it to very few situations, events. It always makes me happy to look at, but I always have to think twice of where I'm going with it before actually taking it somewhere with me. All right, the next one that I have is here. This is my Senreve Gemelli tote. This is the newest tote that I have, and one of the reasons why I sort of pushed back this video because I wanted to use this more and actually really compare it to my other totes. This tote is made out of their Dulce leather, and it is so supple and soft in comparison to Senreve's other leathers. If you have a Senreve bag and you have the pebble or the mimosa leather, you will be surprised at how much softer and malleable this one is. It does feel a lot more supple and more like that luxurious leather that you want to touch. This tote does come with two long handles. The way to wear it is on your shoulder. It does, again, look very minimalistic. There's no other prints, and it has a small written Senreve right there. I don't know if you can even see it because it's like sort of just metallic. There is a slip pocket up in the front here, like right there. You can see the blue lining peeking out. Their famous micro suede blue lining. This one's the Gemelli line, so it does have this kind of belt look at the front. The bag itself is opened by this flap, so it's very reminiscent of the Lady Dior newer styles where there's a leather flap. There's a magnet on this side, so that's how it stays shut against this bag. But overall, it's not like super secure. It's not like a zipper. It does get the job done. None of my stuff has ever fallen out. It is a mess in here because this is currently my work bag, but if you wanted to see a full review of this bag, I will link it below where you can kind of see the construction of it more. Right now, there's just a lot of my stuff in there, like I said, because I'm using it for my work. But I do want to show you that laptop test. It does fit perfectly in there. You can see that right there. There's even a strap to hold it in place. So yeah, there's plenty of space. You can definitely put a 15-inch laptop in there if you want it to. One of the big pluses of this bag compared to all the ones I've told you about so far is that it has feet. This one does have 5 feet because it is such a wide bag, as you can see. So they do have one extra middle one just to prevent the bottom from doming out and ruining the bottom of your bag. So size comparison, across the widest, this is 18 inches. So it is sort of the widest I have so far. In terms of height, it is 11 inches. So again, this is probably the tallest so far that I've shown here. And then the widest point, so again, it does taper up, but if I'm looking at the widest point, it is 7 inches. So yes, I hope that helps. I do have it full, so I cannot weigh it right now, but I will put the weight from before when I weighed it. So I will list that on the screen or in the description box below. This one actually is the least expensive so far. This one falls just under $1,000 for an all leather bag with a water resistant, stain resistant micro suede blue lining. It is a very good deal. It comes in at $9.95, and if you get their cactus leather version, it's $8.95. I also have an extra $50 off of your purchase. It doesn't have to be your first purchase. If you go to senreve.com/angeleyn, it'll automatically apply at checkout if your order is over $300 US. I think by far this one is the best bang for your buck from all the bags I've shown so far. And yeah, it just feels very supple. I have used this for about, I'm gonna say 3-ish months now, and it's like pretty much every day I've gone to work and I have not seen any wear and tear. You could see that the leather has, you know, softened, so you can see like it kind of moves with me, but it's by no means losing construction of the bag. So you can see like there's no bag shaper in here. It does hold its own, even with like stuff in there. So I would highly recommend checking this one out if you're in the market for a good work bag. Okay, so the last one I want to show you before the honorable mention is a tote bag that I have used for work before, but I've also gone traveling with recently. And it is the Longchamp pliage tote, but in the expandable version. Now, this one I have shown on my channel before. I have multiple of these bags now. I think I have 3 now. One is in this blue navy color. I have one in like a purplish color, and I recently got one last year in an orange color. These are great for travel because they have this expandable zipper, so you can unzip it and it becomes like longer. And it is extremely lightweight. The inside is lined, so it does have a little bit of like water resistant or stain resistant feature, and it's one big bag with one pocket. So one of the things you might notice immediately is that the bottom is very like domed out because of how much stuff I have in there, and it is very messy because I just came back from vacation. So this bag, like I said, is great in that it's very light, it's foldable, it's expandable, and it has a top zipper. Look at that. So it keeps it very secure, but it does not have any feet and it does not keep its shape. So if you want to like organize your stuff and not have it all toss and turn, this one was not the best option for me. It does, laptop test, does fit a laptop very easily. It could fit a 15, 18, 19, I don't even know how many inches it comes in right now, but it does fit a bigger laptop, no problem. But again, it doesn't keep its shape, so you can kind of see like it's not the best for organizing. However, game changer is, I know, an organizer you can get on the side. Like all of the bags that here, I don't know why I didn't think of this one before, but I did get an organizer from Zumoni. I haven't yet traveled with it, but since I've had Zumoni organizers, you know, before, I know that it'll work fine. There are two slip pockets on the outside there, and there's a big one up here across, which if I put my phone Pixel 5 in there, you'll see that there's plenty of space, so you can definitely organize it, but I can obviously put it like in one of these pockets as well. So possibilities are endless. But yeah, it is a huge one, as you can see, because the size of this bag is much wider than all the other ones. Actually, let me grab my orange one because that one's empty, so then I can show you. So this is my orange one that I got last year, which I actually haven't used because I've been using that purple one. You can see the tag still on here, but it folds up like this, and without anything in it, it is coming in at about 0.75 pounds, which is the lightest of all of these bags so far. So currently it is unzipped, which means it is expanded. As you can see, if you zipped up the bag, it will come in and then it'll look like that across, which is sort of what the the blue one looked like. So this one actually has a white lining, so you can see it better on the inside, but it's just one big compartment. Let me show you with the Zumoni organizer in here. Ooh, I kind of like this blue-orange combo. Okay, so this bag is huge. I don't know if you can see, but like if I wore it on the shoulder, I have to stand up so you can see it. It's huge. If I zipped it up, it looks shorter, but let me just show you with it unzipped. You can see that the organizer is in there very nicely, and it does shape the bag so that if you put something in there, the bag shape is, the integrity has not gotten lost. So let me just zip it up really quick so that you can see what it looks like with the organizer in there. If you've been here before, you know that I'm a big fan of Zumoni organizers because I had a Mulberry Mini Alexa, which I had such a hard time closing because the leather was so soft and there was nothing to push against unless the bag was filled. But as soon as I put the organizer from Zumoni in there, the closure there was no problem. So I'm just so happy that they offer so many different organizers for different bags. But when they do not have the organizer of your choice, such as this one, they actually didn't have one for the Longchamp pliage bags. I actually requested this size, and the same way I requested the Mulberry Mini Alexa for my bag, and they can make it. Actually, because I think so many of you have gone to Zumoni asking for the same organizer for the Mini Alexa, they now currently have it as part of one of their items. So you don't have to special order that anymore. It's on their website. But yeah, it just goes to show that they look at what we want and then make it. Zumoni is one of the few organizer companies that make custom organizers. So here we go. This is the bag zipped up, and as you can see, it's now a lot more reasonable size. But yeah, when you travel, you just need a bigger bag, and you just need a bigger bag. And so here's the organizer at a much more reasonable height in this bag. As you can see, it fits perfectly, and yeah, it just isn't that perfect? So organized. I love the pop of color. It'll also protect the white lining too in this case so that it doesn't look as dingy. But yeah, I just love the look of this on the inside. But look at the outside. It now has a structural integrity. It's still soft enough for you to like push up against, so it won't like mess up the bag, but it won't make it uncomfortable to wear. But yeah, so here we are. This one's going to be hard to measure because, again, it's expandable, but let me just tell you, across is 19 inches. So this one is by far the biggest one that I've shown you across. Depth-wise, if I look at the deepest across, because it does taper up, it is 7 inches, and then the height, unexpanded, is 11 inches. If it's expanded, let me just so it's actually really easy. Let me just show you. Just unzip like that. There we go. Okay. See how easy it is? So expanded, it is 15 inches. So that is the size of this bag, and yeah, very lightweight, very easy to bring with you. This one retails for about like 120 to 195. Sometimes you can get it on sale. Just wanted to share with you that this is also another option if you prefer something of the lower price range. So the honorable mention bag that I want to share with you, and it's an honorable mention because you can't really easily get it, but I want to tell you about the general idea of this bag. And that is a vintage bag. Now this one is my vintage Celine in the Macadam line. It is their coated canvas. I actually don't know how old this bag is. My guess, this bag is from the 90s, but it is a vintage bag. The bottom of this is leather, again, no feet. So the only bag I've shown you here is the Gemelli from Senreve that has feet, but everything else does not. And yeah, you can see leather on the side, leather on the top, and then a little closure that you can hook in here. But why I put this in honorable mention is because this is a vintage bag, meaning that you cannot just go out and buy it, but you can hunt for it. And I think the idea is that it's in general vintage bags that you can get. So not just this Celine Macadam tote, but you know, you can get a vintage Gucci, you can get a vintage Givenchy, you know. I just wanted to share with you that the inside looks like this. This one is the only one that does not fit my laptop 13-inch. It does fit a mini iPad. But yeah, it is a much smaller tote. So if you're somebody who prefer a much smaller tote and you don't need to carry a laptop, this one is it. You can carry it like this. I have actually attached a top shoulder strap here, and so I can wear it on my shoulder as well. It doesn't come with the bag, but it is an option. It is leather lined. Oh, you can see the pop of color here. I chose like a very bright orange organizer. This one again is another Zumoni. Zumoni did not sponsor this, but I just wanted to share with you. They did send me these for actually, did they send this one for me? I think I might have bought this one myself. But they have definitely sent me organizers for free. And I really appreciate it. That's very generous of them. But I really do like I can design my own organizers to fit whichever bag I need it for. So this one is a very different one than the ones that you have just seen. And yeah, by putting it in here, it really helps define the shape of this bag, because when I first got it, it was sent to me actually folded, and oh my gosh, I was mortified. It took a while for me to like get it back to this construction, and the organizer inside really does help shape it. So this bag, like I said, is not something you can just go and purchase, but if you are interested, I can list a few that I have found online if you are interested. All right, so I will list all of the coupon codes that I have for Senreve, $50 off, or 20% off Zumoni, and all the other bags I've talked about. I'll link it below in the description box. If you have any additional totes that you wanted to share, definitely leave it in the comments below. I would love to know if there are other totes out there that you recommend. If this video was helpful, do give it a thumbs up so that I know to do more of these videos in the future. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!